the chicken wing. Pick out the seeds, the heat is hitting me. Maybe the fruits we gotta have it. Don't want no cabbage, we hate that cabbage. Like savage, we wanna the marijuana, oh we don't. Yo man, I'm gonna go round the corner, keep right on. Sad. I need a check, I need it bad, so I can mad.
Alright, so how's everybody doing? My name is Wizzy Pacheco. Welcome to my channel. So
Just like that,
I want to do this.
We read the government. You move to still take care of that. Who got the hay? Who got the hay?
Sorry about that. I really love that song. So alright, so I should have a few minutes here on my internal storage. So I want to go ahead and talk about something. So actually what I want to talk about today is the difference between medicinal plants and drugs, right? Or actually the title of the video is the difference between medicinal plants and drugs, right? So I'm actually I'll do another video where I go deeper into like what I want to talk about, because I haven't had time to like actually research it. But there's a big difference between like, let's say, processed drugs, right? For example, like let's say cocaine, right? Like what people use as like to snort it, the cocaine that people use to snort, that's been processed, right? That's not, but the coke itself, like the plant, that's a whole different thing. And the same with so that's the difference, right? Like cocaine, like the actual plant, is actually a medicinal plant, but what people turn it into is drugs. And it goes through like a whole process, and then it becomes that white powder substance that people snort. So that's what I want to get at, is that there's a big difference between medicinal plants and drugs. It's a whole big difference. So for example, like let's say the plant where like let's say marijuana, right? Like that's a medicinal plant. So is cocaine, and so is the plant where the opiate plant, I believe it's what it's called, where where the poppy plant, where like the heroin and all that stuff is derived. So that's also a medicinal plant, but then it goes through a whole process that that humans, that it goes through a process that us humans make it go through, and then it becomes a drug. So that's when like I'm actually gonna do another video where I go into details to explaining the difference between all these things. So what happens is that, for example, let's say so everyone, I'm trying to do this fast because I don't have that much time on my internal storage. I probably have like 2 more minutes, so I want to go ahead and like get everything out fast, because that's the same thing when you train. So for example, let's say anyone who's doing weightlifting, or either powerlifting or bodybuilding or whatever, and let's say these people are taking multivitamins, or what do you call it? Or I mean, most of these people are just juiced up, man. They just take fucking steroids, and that's the worst thing you can do, is take juice if you're weightlifting, steroids. But let's say if you're weightlifting and you're taking supplements or multivitamins or whatever, that shit's fucking like, I don't mean to be harsh, but if anyone who does that, like their strength is